Sometimes you have to lose yourself to find your true path. Our guest today, Neha, embodies this powerful truth. Starting her journey with a degree in computer science and a conventional career, Neha's life transformed in 2020 when a series of profound spiritual awakenings led her to become an ascension coach, healer, psychic, and channeler. From connecting with spirits to unlocking the Akashic Records, her journey has been nothing but ordinary. Neha shares her incredible experience. So let's welcome Neha today on the show. Hi, Neha. Welcome to the Unsaid Podcast.
Thank you so much, Neha, for having me. It's really my honor to be here and to able to share my journey. We never know what we awaken in a soul by just this conversation.
Absolutely. And there's so many things you've done. Ascension coach, healer, Akashic Records. I mean, I'm sure we will dig deep into it, but not many people know about it. Not many people have heard about it. But just to understand, where did this transformation begin?
So, my son was born in 2017, and since that was the first time that I got a maternity leave, and I didn't want to go back to work once I was supposed to. And then I was just wondering, like, what am I gonna do there? It was not just sitting well with me. I didn't want to go back, but I didn't know what else I am supposed to do. So that's where I think the seed was planted, and I dig deeper into what is my purpose, what is my path. I just set an intention to the universe that what it is, and that led me to opening my own NGO in Amsterdam. And so we did a lot of cultural activities with that, and I thought that that's my passion, and I'm just very happy about it. But then again, there was like even something deeper calling me. And then came 2020, where mass awakening was happening. Lot of souls were getting awakened. They were going through dark night of the souls, ego death. And that's where my journey started. But that intention, that seed was already planted. And I was just listening to my soul, that what it wants and where it is leading me to. And then, of course, I was in a very deep hole where it was a lot of darkness. And that's where I found Akashic Records, where I started believing in the spirits. It was post my father transitioned into another realm. That's where my journey started.
Yes, so when we were chit-chatting before the show, you
Yeah.
told me very sorry to hear that you lost your father, but then how that kind of transformed you and what really happened, that you told me that there was that moment when things changed. So what exactly, like, what did you go through? Because this is something which is very relatable to people who undergo such traumas in life. So how did you overcome it, or what really happened at that point in time?
Yeah, so it was COVID time in 2021, and my father was in ICU. I couldn't travel to India because of the strict rules. There were very few flights, and there were a lot of things. And so what I knew was I learned Reiki in when I was 18, and that was also because my father got me onto that. When I was 18 years old, he said that okay, and he was like a healer. He was like working, but then he had this spiritual side of him. And yeah, so I started sending him Reiki energy. I started, so whatever I knew up till 2021, like, with all the kind of prayers and calling upon God, sending the Reiki, pranic healing, everything, whatever I could do, I was just doing it. And I feel that, after 2 to 3 weeks, something started shifting in me. And what happened, it was like a very profound experience. I just received a vision. But at that point in time, I didn't know
You
that
didn't
it's
know
a
what it
vision.
was. Right,
I
right.
thought because I am in so much trauma and pain of losing my father that, I'm just so I'll just tell you what I saw. I saw that my father is calling me, my mother, my sister, and my brother on a video call. And he was in ICU. So that wasn't possible. And after 4 days, so I shared this vision with my husband, and he said that, okay, you are like just too stressed. And I was like,
Yes.
yeah, because I was having sleepless nights and all that. So I thought, okay, maybe I'm just hallucinating.
Right.
Right after 4 days, that happened. He actually called us from ICU. So
Wow.
apparently there was for the people, because psychologically to support them there were some coaches in the hospital. So my father asked one of the coaches to make a video call,
Yeah.
And he knew that he's going away. He knew that he's ready to go. But we didn't know. And I mean, no matter how practical or how open minded you can be or whatever, you can never let go of your loved one. Never,
Yeah,
ever.
right.
So we were like, okay, I just had like so much faith and hope that he will be all right and he'll come back. But, we have to just put some extra care.
Accept, yeah.
Yeah. And then he called us and then he told us what we have to do in our lives, like some 7 8 good points he had, like had in his mind, and he just told us, and that's about it. And then, like, at that time, after that call, my husband was like, you told me this 4 days back. But then again, we didn't spoke about it because,
Yeah.
of course. And then after, like, right before he passed away, I received a vision again. I saw that he's going. And in India, we have like a garland and we have a photograph, and then we see, like, the whole the body is decorated with flowers, and
Right.
so I started receiving those visions, and I still thought that it's my fear that that vision is. I mean, I didn't even know that's a vision. I thought it's just my overactive mind.
Because you're in so much of trauma that you feel that, okay, this is something that
Yeah.
is just going on my mind because I'm seeing that happen,
Yeah,
right?
yeah. So I was like, and right before, like, 4th of June, I still remember I received this vision, and then I told my husband I have to go to India because I feel that
Something.
yeah. And that, but I wasn't accepting. But again, and he was in ICU, and then on 5th of June, I boarded the flight. Somehow everything went, synchronicities, getting permission from the embassy, from the flight, from the COVID test. Everything just happened, and I was in the flight. And next thing I know, that I was there with him. I got to stay with him for 24 hours. Um, like, a lot of unsaid things happened
Right.
just in his presence. And yeah, that's where my journey started. So yeah, on 6th of June, he left this realm. And when I came back to Amsterdam after all the the ceremonies and everything, that's where I started thinking that it was like an unfinished thing. It was a lot of unspoken things that I
Right.
just said that I have not got the closure. And how will I get the closure? So that's where my journey started. And I think I knew at that time that there is something opening up for me.
Yeah.
It's just that I was too much in pain to see. I was too much. There was a lot of sadness.
Of course, the trauma
Yeah.
of losing a loved one is not an easy thing to go through, but at the same time that you had that some kind of an awakening, a
Yeah.
calling, probably that's what
Yeah.
your dad left for you, probably.
Yeah.
So it's not like we can't tell the audience that it's a very easy thing to go
No,
through,
it's
but
not.
yeah, everybody has their own battles. But when I heard your story, I literally had like goosebumps. Now when all you were talking to me about all these things, so sometimes I feel there's a pattern also, right, in your
Yeah.
life. Say for example, a lot of people go through a job pattern, a lot
Yeah.
of people go through relationship patterns,
Yeah.
that they attract the same things again
Yeah,
and
for
again.
sure.
And
So
to share with you, I have a friend, I can relate to his journey where he attracts the same kind of jobs. So no matter, it's like a repeat, right? It's a deja vu that, okay,
Yeah.
I'm changing my job for better, but again, it's the same thing which is happening.
Yeah.
So you've experienced something like this.
For sure. So, like, just to mention that, when I started tapping into Akashic Records, I saw there was a pattern in my life where I had the same father, mother, and a sister.
Oh God, okay.
And in that lifetime, also, a father left. And I was in deep pain, and my spiritual journey started. In this lifetime, I was repeating the same pattern.
But why this happens?
It
Like,
happens
right
for
now you're
us
talking
to-
about past life, right?
Yeah.
That's a very deep topic. So
Yeah,
we
it's
can-
altogether a different
we
topic.
would love to have you on another episode for getting into
Yeah.
it deeply. But why are we attracting similar patterns in our relationships or in our jobs?
Yeah. So, as I'm saying, there's a lot which is coming from the past. We can't ignore that, right? So, Akashic Records is not only about the past lives, it's about this lifetime and previous lifetimes. And these are the patterns which we keep repeating unless we learn the lesson. So, if we're talking about your friend or talking about with someone who is attracting same kind of partners again and again, where are you giving up your power? when you are signing a contract, do you know that you are going to tap onto a highest vibrational timeline from that, or you are just doing it? What is your intention? Is it like just a safety, I'm going to get like a good salary and I will be
Right.
stable?
Right.
How that frequency is feeling in your body right now? And when you are signing up a contract, we're like, no, this is going to elevate me.
Right.
With myself, I'm going to elevate other people. I'm going to make a difference, like what you are doing. Perhaps if you open your records, I'm sure in many lifetimes you got this opportunity. But did you say yes in those timelines? No. Did you say yes in those past lives? Maybe not. Were you scared? Were you in fear when you were doing this in this lifetime?
Yes, I was.
And you had a lot of inhibitions.
Yes.
From where are they coming? From different past lives, from different timelines. So this is like, so when you open up yourself, your consciousness to just believe in that there is something which is more powerful, there is this higher consciousness which is just leading us, taking us, driving us. And that is your higher self.
So basically, you're saying that in one of our episodes in one of our episodes we spoke about how childhood trauma affects your adulthood, right?
Oh,
But
bang on,
here,
yeah.
what we're talking is even the past life
Yeah.
affects our current life,
Oh, for sure.
and not many people know about it, right? Like we don't know. Of course, we don't know. Like I don't
Yeah.
know what I
Yeah.
used to do in my past life,
Yeah.
or sometimes I don't even remember my childhood.
Yeah, exactly. But because we have a tendency to put things under the carpet, we keep things in our subconscious. But remember, what is subconscious? It is like an iceberg. 90% decisions which humans make
Is submerged.
is actually from that 90% which we don't even address. And there's only the 10%, the tip of the iceberg is what we know and we see and we perceive.
Right.
But it is way deeper. And in childhood trauma was talking about, it's like an inner child healing. And I feel once you tap into that world, and Akashic Records give you a technique, a tool to go deeper into these wounds, to address these wounds. No matter it's coming from your childhood or any past life, doesn't matter. But it is in your subconscious. So I feel that we should be aware enough and acknowledge and take action to heal those wounds. Otherwise, you are just getting repeatedly, you are in a pattern, in a loop.
Yes. So basically, to the people who are listening to us today, I'm sure they would have definitely gone through either job
Yeah.
or relationship patterns.
Yeah.
I'm sure 9 out of 10.
Yeah.
So I think it's a takeaway for them that you need to learn to break that pattern.
Yes.
And just before we let you go, I wanted
Yeah.
to understand a little about this. What exactly is this Akashic Records? If you can just tell us in a very short way.
Yeah. So Akashic Record is in a etheric realm. It's in ethers. It's since your soul has been separated from the source.
Okay.
And it has incarnated in this human body. We can go even more deeper in galactic bodies, but I'm just keeping it to the human bodies.
Yes.
And you're getting incarnated, so you have been doing some actions. So there is of course a karma. There are a lot of other things which we carry forward with.
Right.
So when we started addressing them, Akashic Records help us to see that journey. That if you have a pattern in your life right now, from where is it coming? Is it coming from this life or another lifetime? And it's a very high vibration. So when we just start talking about it, and when the records are open, it starts getting cleared very quickly. So
I think I'll definitely attend one of your sessions, and
Sure.
to whoever is listening to us, definitely I think they should speak to you once to kind of understand how to break these patterns, and
Yeah.
we will definitely have another episode with you where we can dig deeper into this.
Sure.
So thank you, Neha, for
Thank you
being
so
on the show,
much.
and
Thank you.
great to have you here. Thank
Thank you so much, Neha.